overturning near a rain-swollen creek in Texas. The Lone Star State is being slammed with torrential rains. Fox News correspondent Casey Stegall is live in Richmond, Texas, with the desperate search for the missing. Casey?
Greta, the names of the 3 soldiers who have been killed at Fort Hood are not being released at this point. To be honest, we do not have a whole lot of information from the U.S. military at this point, but here's what we do know at this hour. A truck apparently carrying multiple soldiers, they were all riding together, somehow overturned at a low water crossing. They all belong to the 1st Cavalry Division, and they were all stationed at Fort Hood. 3 bodies have been recovered downstream from that truck. 3 have been rescued and are said to be in stable condition at an area hospital. And then, as you said, 6 soldiers, sadly, are still missing tonight. Aircraft, canines, boats, everything is being used to find those 6 who are unaccounted for. This now brings the death toll to 9 across the state of Texas. 9 people who have died in this unprecedented flooding seen in many areas, like in Fort Bend County, southwest of Houston, where we are now. The Office of Emergency Management says 1,400 homes have been impacted here in this one county alone. Residents we've talked to anxiously waiting for the water to recede and are praying that the new rain falling does not cause this river to rise 1 more inch. The trouble is, all of the precipitation falling to our north can make its way downstream or downriver. The governor of the state of Texas, Greg Abbott, has declared a disaster in 31 counties. And as if this flooding story was not tragic enough with what we have seen down here near Houston, up near the Austin area, even Dallas-Fort Worth. Now, Greta, tonight, this word out of Fort Hood tonight that 3 of our own soldiers have lost their lives and 6 unaccounted for in these raging floodwaters.
Casey, last night you told me that the river is at 55 feet and at historic levels. Is it receding at all? And secondly, what is the forecast? Is it supposed to get more rain?
It has receded ever so slightly, but not much, Greta. It is still at that very, very high level. The river, the Brazos River we're talking about, normally floods at 45 feet, and it was at about 55 feet. So that gives you a sense of how much of a flood stage we're talking about. In terms of the forecast, the rain is moving in. It has been on and off all day long. Some live shots I've been out here today in the pouring rain. Some the sun has been shining. So it's very intermittent, but up to 6 inches of rain fell north of Houston today, and Dallas-Fort Worth is getting a ton of rain as well. So this is a very widespread event. More rain expected tomorrow and possibly into Saturday, and that is the last thing people here in the state of Texas need at this point, Greta.
Well, the news about the 3 dead, 6 missing soldiers is just unthinkable. Were they out there doing rescue or training? What were any information on them? And my heart bleeds for these families tonight, wondering.
I know, Greta, I really wish we had that information, and frankly, the folks at Fort Hood just haven't provided us with that. It is not uncommon, we know, for them to be out doing training exercises and missions. That is their job, and they do that all of the time on a daily basis. So they may have very well just been out doing their job and doing their work when they encountered this low water crossing. It does not take much water to sweep away a full-size vehicle. We know that. The old saying, turn around, don't drown, it may sound trite, but it is so true. You cannot risk it. We don't know the circumstances, if the rain was really coming down, if they thought they could perhaps get across the road, it wasn't as deep as they thought, they got into trouble. Unfortunately, a fluid situation, and answers we just don't have tonight, Greta.